Hi there, this is Adam Davidson, owner of Dental Digital. In this quick video, I'd like to share with you 6 different types of images and videos that you can use if you're running advertisements at the moment for your dental practice that will help you stand out in your area. It will help you get more results. It will help you get more patients in, more consultations, and just generally help you get more attention for your advertisements. So if you're running Facebook and Instagram advertisements at the moment, or you're thinking about doing it in order to promote Invisalign, implants, whatever it may be, this is the type of content you want to be focusing on, and this is what's going to have you stand out. So you can see here in the background, I've got top 6 types of images and videos to use in your ads to make you stand out. And that's the most important thing when it comes to running advertisements. You need to get that initial attention. And these types of content is what I've been using for dentists for many years. And this is what's got them the most results. So let's start with the first type of image or video, you could say. First of all, before I get into that, fundamentals of good content, what you want to do is you want to be using organic images and videos over stock imagery. I see a lot of dentists in the market when they promote or advertise their treatments, they use just general stock images, that maybe they get from Invisalign or anything off Google. That's really not going to help you stand out at all. People will know it's a promotion straight away, and there's no relatability to that. Instead, you want to be focusing on organic, meaning photos and videos from the actual practice itself, okay, which I'm going to show you some examples of. And also you want to make sure that your image or your video that you're using is the correct size. And Facebook recommend anything, as you can see, by 180 by 180 pixels, or 1080 pixels and above. Usually I go 1200 by 1200 to 15 by 1500. But you want to make sure that you've got the right size. The first type of content, and this is probably the best performing content that you want to be focusing on, is pictures of your practice from the outside. Now, if you're hidden away and you're not that noticeable, then that's fine. That you wouldn't obviously use this. But if you have a practice like this one here, you can see in the background, if you have a practice that's very noticeable from the outside, people recognize it, maybe it's on a main high street, you want to create or take a simple image of the practice just like this from the outside and use that on your advertisements, whether you're promoting Invisalign, implants, cosmetic dentistry, it doesn't matter. You want to be using that as one of your bits of content that you're pushing. And the reason why is because people will recognize, especially people in the area, when you're targeting them, they will recognize who you are. It will sort of like jog their memory to say, okay, I remember seeing that practice. I know who they are. So you want to be using pictures of the practice from the outside. This type of content, pictures of the practice from the outside, if you're noticeable, will probably get you the most results, actually. It will probably get you the most people coming through. So that's one type of content you want to focus on getting, which is super easy to get. Another example is pictures of the team. So pictures of the actual whole team, or maybe just a reception, or it doesn't have to be everyone, but just pictures of the team in general. As you can see here, for example, this is one in the background. The reason why this works really well is because it gives a welcoming feeling. People can see faces who work at the practice. They may even recognize a few people there, and it just gives a sense of just, friendly environment. So again, rather than using a stock image that has no relatability, when you put pictures out like this, people just engage with the ad a lot more. Okay, they recognize who you are. You're putting your face out there. It just comes across like a real person, a real dentist who's actually promoting the ad. Okay, and that's something that you want to do. So pictures of the practice on the outside, pictures of the team are 2 types of content that works really well. Now, from here on out, I'm not actually going to show you any images or real images, because those 2 I just showed you are real images, because the next bits of content are to do with the patient, and obviously I can't show patients real advertisements of patients. The next bit of content you want to be focusing on is a dentist with patients. So this here is a stock image which I've got, but don't do it as a stock image. Create a real image from within the practice. So if you've got any images where it's the dentist like this with a real patient, maybe they're showing them something, maybe they're explaining the process to the patient, whatever it may be, you want to take images, videos of dentists with patients. If you can do that, that will also serve as a really good bit of content, because it shows that you're real. It shows how you interact with patients, and people can really kind of relate with that, especially nervous patients. People who are nervous, they can see the environment, they can see how it all works. So anything to do with dentists with a patient is also another bit of content that works really well. Now, another bit of content that works well is a patient or team boomerang video. Now, again, I can't show you a real example of this, because I would have to be using real patients, images and stuff like that. So I'm just going to explain what this is, and you can create it. And if you look at other dentists or look online, you'll see what I mean by patient or team boomerangs. So basically, a boomerang video, if you don't know, I'm sure you do, but if you don't, it's a short 3 to 5 second, it can be longer, but 3 to 5 second video that just loops. It just replays and replays. It's almost just like that's why they call it a boomerang video. It just goes back and forth over the space of like 3 or 4 seconds. Now, you can create lots of different types of boomerang videos. For example, with Invisalign, you could have a patient taking their aligners in and out. You can have a patient just smiling with the Invisalign bags. You could have the team smiling with Invisalign bags. I'm just using Invisalign as an example. You can do this for anything. If you're doing smile makeovers or bonding, they could just smile. They could literally just be smiling and showing showing their teeth, and it could be going back and forth. There's lots of different things you can do, but a boomerang video works really well. It gets attention more so than what a still image would. It's also a very, very short video, so people don't have to, let's say, focus on the video for a long time to understand it. And it just gets more engagement than a usual picture most of the time. So yeah, a boomerang is really good. And you can use boomerangs for anything. There's no specific one type of boomerang to use. You can use it for anything. But just the boomerang element itself works really well. Another example is a patient testimonial video. Obviously, patient testimonials are always going to work. So if you've got an implant case and you have maybe a video of the person before talking about their situation, you have a video of them after talking about their situation, how it's changed their life, that's going to be a very effective bit of content. You can do the same thing with bonding. You can do the same thing with any treatment. Now, the only thing with a testimonial video is you want to keep it fairly short. Try to keep it under a minute. I see a lot of patient testimonial videos that dentists try to run that are like 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, no one's going to sit there and watch that. Okay, very rarely will they watch the whole thing. You just want something to get people's attention and to give a real account of a patient you've treated, and you usually want to keep it under like a minute or so. Next is patient smile reaction video. So this works really, really well, especially if you've done like a smile makeover or even an implant or something that's quite quick. So obviously Invisalign, people have to wait months and it's a slow transformation. Whereas any treatment that is overnight, or 24 hours, for example, let's say bonding, someone's come in to have bonding or veneers. When you show them their final result, so you may have seen this yourself, if you give obviously your patient a mirror to have a look at the finished result, you want to try to film their reaction. So if someone's had a really good job done, you'll see a genuine, happy, excited reaction to their new smile. And that is really powerful on camera if you can capture that on a video for 10, 20 seconds. Because you can use that as content. Basically, people will relate with that a lot and they will desire that emotion. So they will see a real patient transform their smile, be absolutely over the moon with their smile because they can see their real reaction and they're going to desire that. And it works really well. It's actually probably one of the best bits of content that I've ran over the years is patient smile reaction videos. Okay, and this can be done in any way, but usually when they've got the mirror, you just want to film that. Now, that is all for the bits of content, but just to go over a few other bits as well. You want to be filming these bits of content on just a normal phone. You don't need nothing, really, really professional. You just want to use your normal iPhone. So for example, if I show you these pictures, this picture was taken on just a normal phone. This one was actually taken on a camera, but you don't have to worry about getting super professional images and videos. You don't have to worry about that. You can literally take these bits of content on your phone every day in the practice. And in actual fact, sometimes when it's taken on a phone, it works better than a normal or highly professional camera because people, again, they relate with it. It's all about being relatable on Facebook and Instagram and not coming across as an advertisement. So if you use a phone, it's as if you're there in the practice taking pictures yourself and you're just genuinely uploading these images that are real. And that's really the key here. It comes across as real. You're a real dentist and you're a real team. You provide the best services to patients, and taking it on just a normal phone kind of really reflects that. I'm not saying you can't use professional imagery, of course you can, but I'm just saying don't overstress it. If you haven't got content and you want to create new content, you don't need to wait for a really professional bit of camera or something like that to get good bits of content. You can literally just take it on your phone and it'll probably work better anyway, especially when it comes to testimonials and smile reaction videos and boomerangs. You want to be doing this stuff on the phone. Okay, so yeah, hope this helped. A short one, but again, I just thought I would give you an overview of the best types of content without trying to overcomplicate it that you can focus on. And what you want to do is every 2 or 3 weeks, you want to be getting new bits of content. So when you're running advertisements on Facebook and Instagram, the ads will reach something called ad fatigue. So for example, you could run, let's say a boomerang, right? And you might get a lot of results on that boomerang in the first 2 or 3 weeks, but naturally it will start to slow down as more people see it. And it reaches what's called ad fatigue. So you want to be continuously getting new bits of content, 1 or 2 or 3 bits of content a month, and then you can put that into the ads and you want to be continuously rotating new content. That way you'll keep up the momentum of your campaigns, you'll continue to stand out, and you'll continue to get lots and lots of attention and results coming through. Anyway, I hope this helped. Any questions, let me know. I can speak to you personally if you're in a position where you want to grow your practice and you want to know exactly how you can do that. Maybe you have specific goals. You can book in a call with me for free and I can go over what it is I think you can do. But again, any other questions, let me know. But other than that, I hope this helped.